Even with a benefiting nature, 10% boost in our attack, our special attack with no benefits is still higher than our attack. So I just want to brand it into your guys' head, because this was not explained to me when I was like a little kid trying to figure out natures. I didn't understand. My cousins would not tell me why. They told me what, they did not tell me why. So I really want you guys to understand why. If you're ready to learn about Pokemon natures and Sword and Shield, make sure you slap like right now and let's get into it. Hey, it's your boy Deja here, and we're bringing you a new video today. That's right, we're talking about Pokemon natures, Pokemon mints. You guys ready for the strongest Pokemon ever? For your max raid battles, to destroy the battle tower, to go online and become the next world champion like Wolfie VGC, our god? Well, look no heckin' further, because today we're gonna be talking about Pokemon natures, Pokemon mints, and how to get mints. So if you want to actually get these beautiful mints to change your natures, because that's the first thing we're going to go over, then we're going to talk about what they are exactly. But if you're just looking where to get these candies for your Pokemon to eat and feel good, you go to the Winden Battle Tower, you fly over here, you go inside this awesome building, and you talk to this young lady here. And now you need BPs. So you can see I have 23 BPs. I'm broke. I've only done 6 battles. But if you get 50 BP, you can buy a mint and you can change the nature of your Pokemon. So if you want your Pokemon to have a higher special attack stat, you get the modest mint, because if you care about special attack, you probably don't care about attack unless you're doing some crazy stuff. But yeah, you want a hard-hitting special attack boost, boom, modest mint. You're not using attack nature. You want a special defense and you don't care about attack moves, boom, calm mint, etc, etc. Fast boy, no attack, boom, timid. So you get the point. And I think the speed boosting moves are actually highlighted with the colors. So these ones will probably promote special defense, blue special attack, dark blue defense, and then red is attack. Very epic, very cool. So let's so I actually am too broke to afford a mint, but I do have a mint. So let's go into our party and let's check out my Meowstic here. So this Meowstic is who I am going to use as my guinea pig for this video. It is sassy, and that's pretty much it. It's sassy. So we're gonna change his nature right now, and a benefiting nature for this thing would probably not be brave, right? But we're just talking about what natures actually are. So this is a psychic type, and I would probably want to give it a timid mint, maybe, you know. So its speed gets boosted up, its attack gets lowered. It's gonna be a special attacker probably. I know nothing about Meowstic though, so I'm just guessing. I mean, we could see its special attack right there looking kind of fire. So yeah, basically you click on the mint, you give it to Meowstic. Are you sure you want to use it? Yes. Meowstic stats have changed due to the effects of the brave mint. So now if we go back, let's see, boom, Meowstic, what you looking like now? Okay, so we can see the attack is up, the red is up, the blue, the speed is down. Okay, so we gave it that mint, you can check, and boom, we got the boosted attack. Now this thing's base stats are probably really bad as far as attack goes, considering it's a hindering attack nature and its special attack is 70. So yeah, there's that. But as far as changing natures goes with mints, that's how you do it. Now let's talk about actually what the boosts are for Pokemon natures, right? Because like I said, you know, we give it a mint, we boost a stat, and we lower a stat. But what is that stat by? Don't you worry, gamers, I got you covered. All right, so let's talk about how stats actually affect each individual nature, and how each natures are benefited, and how you kind of come to the decision of what nature you want to benefit. So if I open up this website here, you could see that we have the base stats of Inteleon here, because we're going to use everybody knows Inteleon, so we're going to use him as an example. So we can see the base stats of Inteleon. So he has a high special attack base stat. He has a low speed, he has a very high speed as well. That's something to note. He has a low attack, and the other stats matter, but we can kind of clearly see that this thing is a special attacking sweeper. This thing's going to be very fast. It's going to want to, you know, have the upper hand and speed and just hit things as hard as it can without getting hit. You don't want this thing to get hit. Since you want this thing to be a sweeper, you can make this thing a modest nature. I have it in the game, it's a modest nature. So yeah, modest is, we'll do modest plus is plus special attack. Obviously my handwriting is garbage. Plus special attack, and then minus regular attack. So plus special attack minus special attack is modest. And now obviously, since this Pokemon has a high special attack, we're going to be using special attack moves. We don't care about the attack stat at all. So using a nature that lowers the attack stat is fine, because we're only going to be using special attack moves. And then a modest nature, what that would do is actually give a 10% boost. Actually, all natures give a 10% boost as a benefit, and then it gives a 10% decrease in return. So actually, special attack would get the 10% boost, and then attack in this case for the modest nature would get a 10% decrease. So we're gonna go over the actual boost here, because you don't need to know what the stat is when it's decreased. It doesn't matter, you're not gonna be using it, just know that it's decreased. So we're just focusing on special attack for the modest nature. So we gotta open our calculator here, calculator, and we do some math magicianist. We're gonna be some math magicians. So yeah, special attack plus 10%. So what is 10%? Well, 10% of 125 is what we have to figure out. So 125. So 125 times, and all you do is put a decimal point in the front to find out a percent of. So times 0.10, or just 0.1, and 12.5. Pokemon actually rounds decimals down, so it'd be 12. So instead of 125, it would be plus 12, and the stat would actually be 137. And this is before individual values. This is before effort value training, which will have their own videos. This is just a 12 stat point boost, 12-point boost in the modest nature from this nature alone. We're just talking about how natures affect stats, right? We're not talking about like the end game result of the stats. So if you 12 points into this base stat, right? And that's 10% of 125. Now maybe this, say in retrospect, that the special attack was 80. All right, so every nature gives a benefit of 10%. No nature gives a higher benefit. Everything's 10%. So 80 times 0.1 is 8. So the stat would be 88 after the nature boost. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it works. Now say you wanted, for some reason you wanted a nature to benefit the defense, so you would do 65 times 0.1, oops, and that's 6.5, 65. So what is that, 71? So you would have a 71 stat of 71. That's not gonna do much. I would rather have a nature that benefits special attack than having a 7-point increase in defense that's still gonna get obliterated. And if you don't know how base stats work and how defense is in this case, and why we wouldn't benefit, or why we wouldn't waste our nature on defense, you have to watch our base stats guide to understand that. I guarantee you, even if you're a veteran, you've been playing this forever, don't be intimidated. Don't have like, I don't want to say an ego, but don't like, not an ego, but like a lazy ego. Like you're like, I could watch this video, but I feel like I've been playing for a little bit. It's probably okay if I don't watch it. Like, no, don't do that. Watch the video. I promise you, you will realize things you probably did not know at all. And if you do watch, let me know. But anyways, so yeah, that's how natures affect stats. So how you would determine another nature too is say, okay, this thing has a speed of 120. Let's go look up Dragapult here. So Dragapult, and you'll see how I relate this back. So we're gonna look up Dragapult. And now Dragapult is destroying the meta right now. Dragapult's pretty insane. And we'll do base points here. Okay, I found the separate, this website's weird. I found the separate page. So Dragapult has a speed of 142. And if we look at Inteleon here, or a base speed of 142, if we look at Inteleon, his base speed is 120. So we're definitely getting outsped right off the get-go, right? No boost at all. So 120, what is 120 times 0.1? So that's what, 132. So yeah, 132. Well, even with benefiting nature 132, we're still getting outsped by Dragapult. But say Dragapult had a lower speed, right? You know, maybe its speed was faster, and then we applied jolly nature, or a timid nature, let's say, that boosts speed, lowers attack, and now we can outspeed Dragapult. That's something that you want to take account for. You want to take account for things that check Inteleon, things that Inteleon are weak to. Now I've only been making guides, so I haven't even delved into competitive battling that much. I've done a few battles on Showdown just to check out the meta. Screw Rhyperior and Gyarados, by the way. Darmanitan's a beast. But yeah, you could just check which Pokemon you outspeed, and you know, because sometimes you'll see Pokeyam say, you'll see everybody who's educated and competitive say, okay, It's more beneficial to outspeed a Pokemon and get the kill rather than be outsped and not get the kill. Okay. You know, so in this case, if you had a timid nature, like I said, that boosts speed and lowers attack, and we still have a good special attack here, so we use a special attack move, and maybe we were faster than a specific Pokemon and we're able to knock it out before it knocked us out. But if we had plus special attack and then minus attack, so our speed didn't have that, you know, 12 or 6-point boost, 12-point boost, whatever it may be, we didn't have a boosted speed, we just had a boosted attack, maybe we could get outsped, and maybe that what would have been a 2-hit KO would take, you know, maybe we would get 1 hit off and then we would die because we're outsped and wouldn't get that 2nd hit KO. You know what I mean? Or even if it was a 1-hit KO, if the Pokemon's faster than you, you're gonna get knocked out. So you know, sometimes you may want a benefiting nature for speed. So all right, so I'm gonna do timid plus speed. Okay, SPD is gonna be speed, and then minus ATK, that's gonna be attack, just so we know. So yeah, timid plus speed, so that would be it for a speedy boy. Now as you notice, it's only minusing attack, right? It's not minusing anything else. Nothing else gets subtracted. Okay, so you still have a good special attack. It's just that you're giving the 10% boost to a speed stat. So that's all natures are, is just picking which stat to give a 10% boost to and a 10% decrease to for the stat you don't care about. We would never even use attacking moves. Even if we gave attack of even if we wasted our points and gave Inteleon an adamant nature, right? So 85 times 0.1 equals 8.5, so 85 plus 8, 93. Okay, even with a benefiting nature at 93, even with a benefiting nature 10% boost in our attack, our special attack with no benefits is still higher than our attack. So I just want to brand it into your guys' head, because this was not explained to me when I was like a little kid trying to figure out natures. I didn't understand. My cousins would not tell me why. They told me what, they did not tell me why. So I really want you guys to understand why. And this 10% thing is really huge. All it is numbers. All EVs, IVs, and natures are numbers added to your base stats. It's just increase in numbers. That's all it is. All right, that's all natures are. And so as far as like adding goes, I hope this helps. We're gonna go over some more stuff here, and we're gonna go over what each nature does now. So just to kind of brand it into everybody's head a little bit more. So BP shop. Okay, so what are some common natures you'll see? So for physical Pokemon that have a high attack stat, you'll see adamant mints. You'll see jolly natures. Okay, you know, for special attack Pokemon, you'll see timid natures, you'll see modest natures. Generally it's just gonna be modest, timid, jolly, adamant. That's what you'll see. Now you'll see some Pokemon maybe want a bold stat, and stuff like that. And also another thing to note is there is no nature that boosts HP. No nature boosts HP. HP is just basically your health bar. That's literally all your HP is. It has nothing to do with defense. HP is just a health bar to see how many hits you can take. And I went over this in my base stats guide. You gotta watch that if you really want to get in depth with this stuff. But I'll break away a small portion of it. It won't make sense at all unless you watch the whole explanation. But defense, all defenses are a number to go into the equation of how much health is going to be taken away from you, determined on the opponent's attacking stat or special attack stat. Yeah, so if you want to know what that means and I confuse you, watch. I'm telling you that it's worth to watch that video. But Naughty Mint, okay, its attack will grow, but its special attack or special defense will decrease. You won't really use that. You won't really see this. Like I said, you'll see more speed benefiting natures and attack, special attack benefiting natures. Now, in some situations, you'll like, I know Venusaur, I think would run a calm nature because Venusaur has a pretty good special defense. You want a special defensive tank. Maybe you're going against a Pokemon. You're going into a certain Pokemon that has a high special attack and you want to do a switch in because that, you know, high special attack Pokemon is a threat to a Pokemon you have on the field. So you switch into a calm natured Pokemon that like Venusaur that can actually take a hit from that special attacking Mon and you know, live through that. So that's what a tank would. That's what a calm nature Pokemon would do. But this is very specific, and you know, we're not really going over what specific Pokemon will get each nature here. I'm just trying to give examples to explain natures. Now, if you're just beginning and you're this far into the video, you hear my voice, look at teams that are already built for you. PokeAim is amazing. Wolfie VGC, amazing. Those are my two favorite. Those who I watch a lot. Lord Envy, amazing. Anybody who is on PokeAim's channel, just trust PokeAim's word and just watch. Subscribe to them. I'm gonna put links down below actually throughout this whole series of trusted people that I like to watch. But yeah, like anybody who collabs with PokeAim, just trust. Like PokeAim is such a noteworthy, like, you know, player, and like, you know, studies this stuff. So whatever he says, just trust, and like watch his friends and whoever he co-signs. If you want to look at some battling experience. I know I'm kind of like deriding these people now here, but I just want the best resources for you, because I know how it feels to want to get into something, but it's so intimidating. You don't know what to do. You don't know like what you're supposed to look into. You're just confused. So I want to give you guys the best resources, and I think that kind of wraps it up as far as natures go. So let's recap. There are all different natures. Every single nature will benefit a stat and decrease a stat. Okay, obviously there are natures like Sassy, I believe, that are neutral, that do nothing. Well, there are some natures that absolutely do nothing. Yeah, Serious Mint, all of its stats will grow at an equal rate. It doesn't decrease or increase anything. You will never use a Serious Mint ever. Maybe in very specific cases, obviously, but generally 99% of the time you won't be using a neutral nature. You don't care about that. You care about that 10% stat increase. So all natures give an increase and decrease. All natures you're going to use give an increase and decrease in a stat. 10%, 0.1 times whatever the base stat is. You want to find a base stat, all you do is go on the internet, type in the Pokemon you're looking up. Shedinja, base stats. I like to use Cerebi. Only reason I use whatever website I had in the video is because it shows the bars. Cerebi doesn't show the bars, but Cerebi is a really good resource. Let's go over actually how Cerebi works, because Cerebi is actually more in depth than what we were using. The website we were using, it was just the website I was using was a good example, so I don't confuse anybody. So yeah, let's do Cerebi, and let's do Cinderace. We'll do Cinderace, Cerebi. All right, so we just type in Cinderace Cerebi, the web page comes up, we go all the way down. Let's X out this ad so you guys can see better, and we can kind of see here. Okay, so max stats at a hindering nature. So HP is not affected by a stat, but if a hindering nature, a nature that's being decreased. So if we had a stat that decreased attack, so a timid nature, a modest nature that decreased the attack stat at most, with max EVs, with max IVs, Cinderace will have a stat of 297 attack, which is actually still bigger than the special attack. So yeah, Cerebi accounts into everything. Max stats with a neutral nature, so a serious type nature, a neutral nature, max EVs in every stat, max IVs. This is actually something you would want to look at. This is what you generally would want to look at, because this is with all the EV IV training, which, like I said, we'll have their own separate videos. It's the middle stat, so we can see you know, attack is way better than the special attack. Cinderace is definitely going to be a physical Pokemon with an adamant or jolly nature. And then with a beneficial nature, we could see 10% plus 331 is 364. Actually, let's do the math. Oh, well, that's with IVs and EVs too. So this is how we'll do this. So 331 times 0.1 equals 33. 331 plus 33. Boom. Oop. All right, whatever. We know what 33 plus 31 is. It's 64. Okay, so you guys get the point. So yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. And yeah, so, and all these, like I said, have IVs and EVs in them. So yeah, Cerebi is a really good website. I'm gonna link all these resources down below. Please check out the base stats guides if you have it. And if you have watched it, I hope this helped. I hope you guys learned something about natures. We're gonna do, should I do IVs or EVs next? I guess we'll do IVs next. We'll do IVs next. And then we'll go into breeding probably in the IV guide as well, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, IV is going to be next. If I remember to put a card above here to that video, I'll put it right here. But check the description as well and the playlist. We're just going to have a playlist about this. But yeah, I hope this helped everybody. I hope the actually knowing the real in-depth math helped a lot. I don't know why I keep going like this. But yeah. With that said, my name's Deja. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll be more than happy to answer. Discord's down below. Subscribe if you are new. And if you are new or not new and you don't have notifications on, turn them on. And yeah, I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.